lace assorted member material madie mesre obeko maswe stores B10 25 26 and a fabric center Rollins Park into Mafia China House on say your China House back on ye ton pabwa de be ye ka China House baby a ton to my anne China House second house I baby to Mafia stores B10 25 26 and mema me obaya santo Mr. and Mrs. Akufu Boateng on the show ama weni aje ebusia for Sadie's fashion Sadie's classy thread obesiesio ama weni aje on Instagram and all social media platforms. So Nana Hema makeup just oyadi otone boasi CSA beautiful or better chill up ama wanka so won say ampa ujina mu ujina so brane ama bibia etimi akoso kama pepepe ede ama na afen so ye kan ama wati ase say wo pe creative design otone boasi obehwe ama bibia akoso kama pepepe de ama LFM Creative Empire ane and make am for ede ama ebusia for counselor is an author for 3 beautiful books and she be a counselor books me and sanon so obepa hon to ma na yetimi atwetwe hon komo red flag signs your relationship has no future was it 2 hearts 1 journey and afe so dear ye me the good marriage guide and also a very beautiful book roadmap to a successful marriage so books no pay your numbers na 0244515544 and na say obeko kobo and Amazon in 10 time so just say you can have a good read on socials na bibia timi akoso ebusia for midi dachi hima papa bi obagadoza legitate Valerie Ejimenta mamento meboase na ansanda memma counselor akwaba shonko kra na ene ye topic no a very very interesting a broad one enti ye bebo ne tew nye yi na fe ye timi edi dwumadie no abramo pepepe ene asema opportunity a marriage is not a public project. Marriage is not a public project. Hey, nanka I say and the two shall become one. Ebusuya na shia na bibia timi akoso na say o ka say marriage is not a public project. I say ne nka ye call court ekoye ya address say ye consensan ne ade a ye mfa embo ho say was say boho for 3 months was so obia public to the public should know that Asumesi is getting married and you have any issues you come through you raise it up send ye beya you betimi aka na say yentimi ntoaso na yentimi antoaso ye ria ansana awade no kra no ye dia toaso but the topic for tonight says marriage is not a public project. Your guess is as good as mine. Come on na yema counselor akwaba shonko counselor
Yeja.
Mawakwaba.
Yeja.
Boko die.
Amiado.
Yede yankopon I say. And then so yeda erade dia I believe said this week is your week because by this time they're not okay mame any other day you were in the tummy you were just moving you were all over the place in the tummy trying to ensure say so you would make your grand entrance into this world.
Yeah.
Into happy birthday in advance going out to you, sir.
Thank you.
Everybody born in the month of November is a special person.
Thank you.
Straight to the topic for tonight. To the topic for tonight.
Yeah.
Your topic, marriage is not a public project.
Yeah.
Where the Obibaka say for or against the motion.
Valerie, good evening.
Good evening.
And Ashafons, good evening.
Right.
Yachia will be
right.
So tonight we're talking about your marriage is not a public project.
That's right.
My main concern was when we are constructing the road, it becomes a public project.
Okay.
And even party becomes a public project. And some parties are not even public. We do it in-house or we do it at a private place where people do not most often get access, or not just everybody can get access to that party.
That's
right. Now yenti asiyese obade awo ye nyankorpon oba wade oni awade mugina wade chi.
That's right.
Let me explain further.
Explain, sir.
Bible so nyame ni ndie modi ka bo bema na onu nyame hu se enye se bema nko abetra ana oni nyankropon bo wo ba e ka bema ho won be ya ahe 2.
Right.
So the male and the female, the man and the woman.
Yes, sir.
Now remember that in the creation and the wisdom of God, when God created them, even though it was God who established them, it was God who brought them together. God stood outside the marriage. What you ask here? Can two work together except they agree?
Yes,
Two,
sir.
the father, the husband, or whoever will leave the parents' house, come enjoy hands with, we be free na jafie na bako ye be share ya emienu. So even God, when he's not invited into marriage, he steps out of marriage. Then it tells you, number one, even the man who created marriage does not force himself into your marriage until prayer has been made for his invitation. Now, in the wisdom of God,
yes,
understand that when God created Adam and Eve, remember that the devil was nowhere to be found.
Okay.
Suddenly, something strange happens, and the devil comes in. As long as the public see, as long as a third party comes in, marriage is not for three people. Problems start coming in. Then it tells you that as long as there are other parties, the marriage will never work. Why? Because God made marriage in a private manner, not a public way. You can actually understand that the wedding can be public, but the marriage must be private.
Okay.
Now, let me start by saying this. We cannot measure the strength of marriage by public presence. You cannot measure the beauty of your marriage by public presence. Naturally, say, our dear emuka, our dear mwenije, enye ni padodo eba wedding no. Any padodo eba wedding, chiresa our dear we be successful or is going to fail. And that is why there are people who can spend a lot of thousands of dollars, marry great people came to the wedding, and yet the marriage is nowhere to be found. You understand that what makes marriage is number one, your private loyalty, not public loyalty.
That's true. That's true.
What makes marriage work is your private transparency, not public transparency. What makes your marriage work is your private conversation between the partners, not public ones. What made your marriage work and to make your marriage work is the private forgiveness. And above all, the private rebuilding of the marriage.
Okay.
When we talk about your marriage is not a private project, then we are saying that what makes marriage most often are private things, not public things.
Right.
So as long as we put our marriage out there for everybody to talk about it, for everybody to point their fingers, what we are doing is that we are helping them to speak into it. Either we kill it or we raise it.
Okay.
Number one, the wedding was public, but the marriage must be private.
Okay.
So the laughter was public. The outfit can be public. The photographers and the photos public, right? The flowers, the speech, everything that came there. But as long as the even riches and the lights are off, everything about the two of us is private from that day. Yeah, but what will be by a better say I do exchange of words or soften up on the clerical and now for me. Ya chef flower, nina public, everything there you call reception. We saw everything happening, but when we enter the room, it is no more the wedding, it is about the marriage. And that is why I'm saying that your marriage is not a public project, not your wedding. Right. And so then it means that whatever the two of us we are going to do in private is what sustains us, not what people did for us in public.
That's right.
Number two, public applause most of the time are temporal. Eti ye pia bontene na wo bi di ya wade hu adanse ya public applause. Say hey, Valerie ni di wa don kwa wade de me se mi nya yanka e public wate. Me bie ka do mana e public wate. I am DY don't I came with my beautiful wife. A public wate. What makes marriage work is not the applause and the good things people said about the marriage because of the things they see on the outside. What makes it work is the respect we give to each other indoor.
That's true.
So your marriage is not a public project where people must look at your marriage and say it is well, it is nice, it is beautiful on the outward, but inwardly there's nothing sustaining and holding on to the marriage. So marriage fails privately it doesn't fail publicly.
I like that.
And so any marriage you have seen divorce around the marriage, it did not fail because it is failing by what people are saying. It has already failed in private, and then publicly people are just seeing the results of what has been happening privately.
Right.
When I say that your marriage is not a public project, just understand that the applause people give is temporal. So wedding day people were clapping.
It is for the moment.
No, it's just for a moment.
Interim.
But remember that marriage is permanent.
It's an eternity thing.
That is how God made it. It is not temporal. When you are looking for applause to beautify the marriage, to make it look as if, but it is not. I'm sorry to tell you, whatever people are saying out there by your marriage doesn't make the marriage. What makes the marriage? The two of us in our private affairs. Number 3, when we are talking about your marriage is not a public project, social media can become a mask.
Wow.
Your marriage is not a public project. We say social media can become a mask. We are living in a generation where people see couples speaking well, hugging each other well, kissing well on social media, and they think that is the beauty of marriage. It is not true.
Tineche say social media doesn't nose mask.
Thank you.
It is preventing you from seeing
the reality of marriages in
behind the mask,
behind the scene. Most of the videos you watch, and you really wish that your husband behaves and treats you like that, your wife behaves and treats you like that. Most of the videos are edited videos. Join. If it is not edited, most of the couples who are doing that, they are creating and building content, but they themselves, they don't have anything controlling them by the creator. We are creating content so that when people patronize, subscribe it, we can get our money. But the truth is that there is nothing holding our marriage.
That's true.
There is no connection. There is no unity. We are living in the days where people believe social media pays, so they can do anything there.
That's right.
So most couples who do things there, and people go there to look at them and say, "Besho, the omo ye send omo die omo so. Besho send omo kisi. Besho send your bear man as so ban bolechi. Besho send your bani treat sinikuno." Please come and read what is written here. It is a mask. It is a face. It is not the reality from the indoor. So please, your marriage is not a public project. Don't look at someone celebrating their wives and their husbands for 10, 20, 30 years and think that it has been fair. The journey has not been fair like that. And most of them does not preach the ugly side of marriage. They always tell us the beautiful times. And that is why we are living in the days where people cannot mentor young people into successful marriage, because they fake and not tell us the reality. Social media is a mask. Don't look at social media and pretend that your marriage must be like that. May say your marriage is not a public project, it's a private affair.
Okay.
Be a toss and 9.
Yes, sir.
Protect sensitive conversation. It is not for the public, it's for the two of you. Come over in the Kuruni Yiri as they say, Asomwatie. And now for Bema de papa ne maame ate ye nkomo be ya na nkana ka wade pa atiwi ase ya kenipa mienu di nkomo we ka wadem ye kontoko e ka wadem ye ka ye ho e ka wadem asana third party bebem no na kire se ba bi edu ni de ye nya nyame ankasa na do kora da ho wo nyansam ni se nyame nam di paso ne kasa de ye na so de edi kan ko ne nkyenya oya wo ba de ye no ko no ye ko ne nkyen oh yeah, third party. But you realize that anytime something happens in marriages today, people run to families, friends who are not even, they've not mounted up wings enough with wisdom to understand the journey. And you see, the sad thing is that if somebody who is even married comes to you to advise you, most often they advise you from their length.
Exactly, from their experience and the shoes they wear.
And they make you understand that this is how it has been and it must be. If we had consulted the third party, the man who created, and after creating the marriage, he said, me waha, me chemo, morning, afternoon, even anytime you invite me, I will come and help her. Me say marriages will not get to where it is.
So we are talking about protecting sensitive conversation,
yes,
because
please.
we believe say our dear we enye nipa dodo anase amansan dia eye kukuamu adie nipa mienu adie na enkomo bi wo honom a eni kwan se epie kwa abonten bema adwen eye different wo ba adwen so eye different. In what cases can we say that this particular conversation is a sensitive one? Are we talking finances anase awo mu nsem se bia mikunu ye ko check ye fertility ye hu se ne amis na wo mu gu swimming pool nim no wo mu entimi swimming kwa chire nko famba, you know, these are very sensitive conversations, but obi also a ohun is sensitive also ton yare na anya ho aduru enti o susu say okay, this is something that we have to, as it were, find people and I say ye bepe nkofuku o mbetimi aboa ma yetimi ape ye yare ano aduru enti say ye kase sensitive things should stay between the couple. No only in your own understanding, and I send you what is sensitive and what is not sensitive.
Not every disagreement needs an audience.
Right.
Not every misunderstanding needs an advisor.
Okay.
Learn to talk to your spouse first before you talk to the world, because marriage has a lot of things nobody must hear. Now let me calm down.
Right.
Me get into me sabi be ma so sense I lu. Ye pemwa ye ko doctor ho. Ye nko ye papa ne ye maame ho, because they can give us solutions.
Okay.
And so if we know where to channel our energy to be able to get the rights. You see, when I have a problem in my marriage, I go to who can give me solution.
Okay.
Not just a person who can listen. For example, me yiri wo a full problem sabi meka or a barren woman sabi ontumi nwa. I don't go to my mother nor my father or my siblings. I go to see a medical doctor. If it is spiritual, I go to see my pastor or a man who is endowed in spirituality.
That's right. That's right.
If it is an attitude bad one, I go to see a matured man who has actually driven for a long time from on the same journey. So anyway, them say, yeah, what you know? It can be your father, your mother, or an outsider, but make sure that Christ in them, the hope of glory.
Right. And
either than that, the same person can be a problem for your marriage.
Right.
It's not makase. Pempensuobe the bedu answer. That's just a pempensuobe sensitive level. Baby, I do need dear. Yam pemwa yemi to me. Nandi busa say ye dine ye deko. And pempensuobe suit is sabe wa fasikan. What threatening so be come and no ye kobo ejani na amane a asan ye bedu a ye kobo amane na se asem no ye pehu mo kan say emuaye. We are looking for an answer to it. Timba na bebo wa amane a enye se eno ase okun ye hweye no o se mi hweye iti ato aso hweye miensa o se hweye nkwa de fa no yoma na akoye se wako no aba awade enu ni say public project. You say people are getting to know, your cousins know, your nephews know, your from the nuclear family to the extended family, they know. Friends in church, they know. Few people around you, they know. Now you see, once you make this affair public, everybody is going to suggest, and most of the things you hear will confuse you. Why? Because it is not everybody who is coming from the place of wisdom. Some are coming from the place of noise because of their bitter experience in life.
That's true.
It will help you. So it depends on the matter, and you need to understand that asembia by your baby potia yeko, and ya asembia ni yeko baby, because baby or there's no solution.
Papa.
So your marriage is not a public project.
Yes, sir.
Nyawu seme wofia na wokun aka asembia chero ye private. And now we get a casting be actually sensitive. Why did you go and announce it outside? A year then I can come yo. A year then I can come wasam. You see, the greatest gift a couple can give to one another is covering.
That's true.
That even when things are tough and bad, I am covering you. You cover me. That is why two people come together for companionship. not for consuming fire.
That's
for
right.
companionship.
That's
Yeah, but send you buying each other.
That's true.
Your marriage is not a public project.
This.
Too many voices in your marriage can kill intimacy.
That's true.
When people are suggesting to you, everybody has his own opinion, your head becomes too heavy to solve the problem. Once everybody suggests how you must behave towards your partner, you are going to fail.
Okay.
It is not every voice that must come into your marriage. What we say, why in the public? Everybody has the right to advise you. Wow, they make heart yes,
yes, sir.
Which is be alpha for our bachelor adwin. To my bachelor adwin, o papa chere na adwin, uni a chere na adwin, o cousin be chere na adwin. One person, how can you listen to all these people? You be confused. Now, you see, you order your marriage to a position direction based on what you hear, not what you know.
Nature say aware na adane bill era parliament. Uti yeah. Asa wonko honum. Uti no. Who say wonko ha say.
Thank you.
Right.
So what is happening is that you have given people the permission, the audience, to enter into it with their options.
Oh, okay.
And then suddenly you see yourself becoming their words. See, now within 1 week you have to operate by the words of many people. What am I say? Enema abunfu or muna uhuna menchia chamuko dinatem. And you have to do all this. Do you know what you're doing? You are trying to please the public. Your marriage has become a public project.
That's right.
Everybody is seeing the weakness of the marriage.
That's right.
Please, too many voices will not help.
Yes, sir.
The next one we can look at. Your marriage has its own love language.
That's right.
Every marriage is developed by two people. Or every love journey is developed by two people, and they have their own body language. My body language to my wife is not the same body language from your husband to you.
That's true.
And that is where comparison becomes crazy, because then how I treat my wife, how my wife treats me, how you treat your husband, how your husband treats you, you can't compare us, because our body language or our marriage has its own language.
That's true.
It is public project. You say, no, I have to leave my language, pick your language, and act your language.
That's
Meanwhile, the rhythm is not like that. So, Obana and Abema, Onims are rhythm. No? You are going to actually introduce a new rhythm. It will frustrate her. It will frustrate him, because then it's like speaking a language they don't understand. Imagine you go to Ga people, and then they are speaking Ga. Like me, I don't hear anything. Once you pick someone's love language and then you want to compare your marriage to theirs, what you are going to do is that you are blocking your ears from sensitivity.
That's true.
Because the rhythm is not the same.
That's true.
Your loyalty is proven in silence, not in noise. It is easy to be loyal in celebration. And you see, loyalty is tested in difficulty.
That's right.
Not in good times.
That is it.
Loyalty is proven in silence. Yeah. What is the loyalty? Ooh. Come on. But see, your marriage is not a public project. After na maybe kwa bonti akobo amane say na nsem bi kun di be ma so de nsore. Na me yiri de sabi ni jimi ye de. Na me ku de me say we jimi we say me I don't know me worry me hu sa na me hu sa. Aka ma worry be ma say. Me say me ko ye hu fo mbo bra bia. Loyalty is proven in silence. Na wo bia ni ho na so manye. Enye wo dokeke you will bu a word domunti. Na mi wa kwenya say nka meka samfo afa me yiri miku no ho na so. My marriage is not a public project.
That's right.
To me imagine say mama sha me ho so. Na me kwa akra no mu di me yira tam no mu ka me ku asem. Na say de mo ye na nye. Me ana ye me dia. Because fear na say my yanko yan tokai. Loyalty is proving in silence.
That's right.
If you can't do this, then I'm sorry, you are failing your marriage.
Your last 2 points.
My last 2 points. Your marriage is a garden, not a marketplace. We see your marriage is not a public project. Your marriage is a garden, not a marketplace. You know what they do at the market? They talk about everything. And everything is so open to the eyes of men who are at the market. It's a garden. What you garden? Garden is not a farm. Oh, would yechi no do yan toast jende kakra. Sa garden oh ya obi hu. Jomo mo di ka atwam you know so fie na chi ye toast, ye dua mankin, ye dua bode ye dua. Eti wa na unya kakra na titi to so. Eti so unya we fo so my dog garden kakra. They didn't see when you watered it. They didn't see when you planted it. That is marriage. They didn't see the cultivation. They didn't see the rotation, the diffusion, the osmosis. They didn't see anything. Woman one said, "Banchenabo, ye too." At the yard, I did a garden at my backyard. That is marriage. A two to whatever for us, I was me down the cheers. Hey, there be an answer, my friend. I was a yard, garden, not a marketplace. So once your marriage gets to the public, it is gone, because then it becomes a topic and a matter of discussion. And the last one.
Yes, sir.
Not everyone who witnessed the beginning is assigned to the journey. Your marriage is not a public project. Not everyone who witnessed the beginning is assigned to the journey. And you will be our who and plant any fitias here, any award na shasiye, and or see an Indian antiquavi. You what? Tiako, na ye ne adwobi na nam. Ono kra no ye between na ma ya. They do penso bi to me fa ne kwa ye jani si wo. Na nya nsem wo ya wade ni mu nyina na ye bebo na ma. O ye between na ya wie ya ka bo mu a de aka de e private affairs.
Not everyone who witnessed the beginning is assigned to the journey of marriage.
Yes, please.
Our mono ye by a traditional setting nemukurana say ye tijina ni ya wade ewie ya amamre ni amane ewie. Achiame ebusa se hwan mu nebeta awade nechi. Ye yi afane afa be man side oba ne side. We mu ye nkofuku a se awade no kwaso no bibisia womo ebeti agina no mo ahwe no mo aka na awade na ya awade. Sisia, your point is telling us that people who witness, and these are witnesses, in fact nkofo mutena ase nyina ahwe ma awade ba e kura na ye ka kura na womo nti na ya ye che bibi se souvenirs, because they tend to be witnesses to the ceremony. Ye can say not everyone who witnesses the beginning. Nature say one more ye you almost say one more so enginemu emma awade ne adeade ne nature say ye can say awade ne be ma ne oba no kwa na omo tena omo baby no omo dwen bobra no omo ye garden no omo hye honom na badia ne ne dia be kire ne. Is that what we're teaching people tonight?
So grammatically I said not everyone.
Thank you.
Not everyone. So there are people who can be part of the journey, and yet it is not everything they hear and know. So not everyone, not everyone who witnessed the beginning is assigned to the journey.
That's right.
Not everyone. I hope you understand the word. Not everyone.
Not
so
everyone.
there are people we can still trust, we can still rely on, but not everyone.
Okay.
So once we start the journey, we can't just every day walk to people and be telling them everything.
That's right.
In fact, we will lose the integrity and the respect of the marriage. We bo any kanyo ewa wade mi ani jeni budu ebesa. So not everyone who witnessed the marriage. Ti adam fu bi ano ye la mamo. Say ya wade wi ya tini o mebiso. Ono ye between na de na so nye bibia na ye befafo a na ya friend so hu de wo ye. There are issues in marriages two people must talk about, not three people. It will create problems. So not everybody who started with us must finish with us. In marriage. That's why I'm saying that your marriage is not a public project. And the last one, privates strengthen and create public stability. When you make your marriage private, it strengthens and create public stability. So what you said them, they want to hear, they want to know what is making them like this. No, it's so beautiful. What is bringing the bond? Because yeah, Juma or God in him. PS like it's so glorious. Woo! This couple said there is something unique about them.
That's true.
No. Public stability. Hey, yeah, I'm no be by Patrick, I don't want to come out. So cool girl say, hey, please do. Public stability. Until the other, public stability. I mean, public stability. You are building identity from the inside and you are creating strength for us. Once you can do some of these things, you see your marriage must not be a public project. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councillor D.Y. Donko Ebusuafo Enenyumre, Councillor Diawode Abba Beguno. No, see, your marriage is not a public project. In the Wachiremu Dientia, he is for the motion. Na me pese me ye against the motion, but utimusa Councillor points ene as closing opposition. Wode ato na wato ne boasi a wacheche mu a wa expansiate no wamaye who say indeed your marriage should not be a public project. Wamaya ti as ye say where the ne dey a public, but wa de ne de private ope wumpo ka hunu se awade ne de wone be ma na free said your bo awade mpo no ogina chire wonyine mfimfin wonyine mu ogina chire se ne be ya mu mienu no ana mu abien mu behwe ama bibia etimi akoso sensembo ana se wo se ye bo ni nyina no omo anofafa based on that particular period na bedru brebi no na chire se sensembo no emba public applause temporal. So marriage fails privately, not publicly. Nature they say answer na wadie begu no egu free them answer na pia bonten say wadie begu a egu free baby chese from the source, from the root answer na pie kura abeda ne flowers ne branches ama obi biara hu de ekoso enti say wo pese bibia ekoso kama pepepe de maudia ene na wo hwe say awadie no edem ana say intoto no bibia etimi ekoso kama pepepe. Or say social media can become a mask enti say why your wadwen say wo hwe de asumasi ana wo benten say ne wo mo chire wo mo chimo moko eba celebrity anniversaries every now and then na wo susu say say na wo say etia wan hwe ne ya na wakopra wo say enye project a eda abonten so mesrew enye campaign there be a private issue e wo say wo hwe na bibia etimi koso kama. Or say protecting sensitive conversations ni nyina ka kwan kura wo be fra akura ama awade no aye private senior councillor ekano or saying kasa bebre eku se mumienu mwatenka ena sebe mu senior mu sibi bonde ana mu bom no eto de bia affect no nti se nipa ano bebre wo mu a ya na hadwen ukunu ohye socks yellow anka be fata no onsu no okohia wo bi ukunu ya ohye size 45 mission shoe no ya mane hye de echire no open shoe na on fan na because ebe fata ne pa was wutie nsem bebre wan hwe ne ya no amana shaka atakari na wabotai aguso na akofa nsem bebre ede abrel. Or say your marriage has its own love language. Wo wade no edo no ye different na de wonu so de ye different esuno obi ane ne de and what works for people enti nkohwe obi asa emfa ensa wasa. Loyalty is proven in difficulty. Say ebre mu aye den no sa bre no na sene yetimi ka se asemesi ana obentin so nokre mu pa no sei na etie dia ene na kire se wetimi de odo sonko ada na di sene be ya awade no ebetimi aye kama pepepe. See, your marriage is a garden and not a market project. Nature say senia akwayi tu ne nyum bia na yo bi chochomucho enfamenya garden misra garden ne de say on the side. Councillor says ana was say awade ye senia be ya ho akade ne eba na aye fefefe. O say nya obi biara a wo hwe ne tuaza awade we minimum almost 1100 to say you will be a minimum no brahima or no one and a year send ye a jenny and cassa or much and cassa. That time na me hobby na yede. I say nina emwa. I say not everyone who witnessed the beginning. The fact say who ye say me wife started from the scratch and then she say ye drew ye pempen so and say ye frost staircase and so was say ujina handle naturally say ye popular stand emwa. Or say private strengthens and creates public stability. Inti say mokuku amuno say odonum no ahoɔden wɔ mu a ɛma mu begina bedwe mu a kyɛ sɛ ɛyɛ pinting ankasa na bibia etimi akoso ebusuafo. Tonight has been nothing short of very educative. Mejidi se wonso watamodia wode ato wukotodwemo say marriage is not a public project. Yeah, the counselor Asibibri for his beautiful submission. Menyantie say we have a little challenge with technical issues. Inti say afei na who say your live stream ne badia misro na regardless don't forget to share fama me wati na obi intime ensua de nunti mentime ankinkan messages ne bi enidie mu na mode acheme na ebusuafo asem wanwa ewo ho anasa asem aba betodwa ye nigesem ene se nyame ya dom Obagadozi legetete Valerie J Mensa makopie asasepa 107.3 FM so ye ashime memene da eni kwasi adabia memene da no na kire se no nkono 9 am to 11 am ena afin so kwasi ada no 7 pm to 9 pm na yemfa odombo odomwate minim ne mu betimi aye enti misremu asa ne ameka no na mo aye ne sa ede amame eye 107.3 fm ana say okọ asaseradio.com nso a wo se ude Ghana radio ne na ene bikura na se ne amaka ne sa pepepe no okọ hono nso a wo betimi etie na vivia etimi akoso kama pepepe yeda mo se da ne de nyina mo gibre etena ehwe ema yetimi de counseling time ebro yeda ye crew ase bebre wono mapa wo mo ye but kan hunu say this month is a month the man, the legend and his God was born. The man counselor D.Y. Donko. Papa, my final words.
So marriage is not a public project.
Marriage is not a public project. Thank you so much, sir. Follow the man counselor D.Y. Donko on all social media platforms. D.Y. Donko, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Babia D.Y. Donko. But YouTube, the nation's counselor. Nama follow papa de amame. Send ye adane de nyina de koso counseling time so no unso waso ebete. Follow me. Instagram Valtalks _ and I think so Facebook Valerie J Mensa, TikTok Valerie J Mensa ni fan komono ento aswo e da must say ye crew yankopo nhiramo ene de yesen ye tie ne ye chenda na yesre Awurade seda ne de nyina bibia betibia koso kama na kire se Awurade enumunyam bedadi migidi se Awurade to me de ebro ade ni nyina so na bibia so be fine bidin dache hima papa bi Obagadoza legetete Valerie J Mensa Nyampa ukwada yebeshia makra